Hey there, guys and gals. The Comixstravaganza live team is all together. We've got Leanna Player, Darth Lee, Paul Voigt, Amy Sulam, and our guest co-host tonight, Daniel Shoemake. I am Johnny Delarocca, the artist also known as Big Daddy Cool. And this is a live stream video exclusive. You will not be able to replay this on iTunes. We will put it up on YouTube. And we have our own YouTube channel now, by the way. So you search for Comixstravaganza Live, and that's all you'll see is us and our awesomeness. No geeky tales, just awesome, cool adventures. So I wanted us to get together and talk about the Netflix series Daredevil that just released. We've all been watching it. We're all in different stages. I think, Daniel, you're in episode 5.
5 or 6. I just watched Kingpin kill that guy, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
Leanna
and I have both finished the whole series. Where are you guys at?
I just finished it the other day. Amy slept through most of the episodes.
I slept through well, because we watched it at night, and so I'm like...
I'm an insomniac.
He's an insomniac, so he's up watching. I did have to miss the first episode. It's a little triggery. Which is just a warning to female viewers, or if you have any kind of like PTSD trigger issues, you might want to speed through that first episode. But the rest of it is totally worth
honestly, you
checking
don't
out.
really necessarily need the first episode anyway. So it develops the secretary character and
yeah.
But
because I was trying to think back what that could have been, but now
she gets attacked multiple times.
And you know, I'm always going to be one to point that out. I'm always going to point that out.
All scared women.
Yeah. And I thought that first episode was just, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And it was good enough that I wanted to see the next one, but it's the subsequent episodes that really hooked me.
Yeah, honestly, when I watched about halfway, we watched about halfway through the first episode, and she wasn't able to watch it because it was very triggery, and I didn't get pulled into it myself in that first episode, so it took me, it wasn't until about 3 or 4 days later that I was like, well, let's just watch, and then I started watching the show, and then I got hooked. I was staying up till 6 o'clock in the morning trying to finish it off, and I was like, I gotta go to sleep,
Well, when I was watching it, I was like, I'm gonna turn it off now because I want to be able to savor it a little bit because
I hate
they throw it all. I mean, this is what's bad about it is that you binge watch it, and then it's going to be so long before you see the next season again. And I'm just like, I kind of want it to prolong it.
Well, and I do have an issue with Netflix doing that. Putting out the entire season all at once.
Yeah.
Because
I have absolutely no issues with that. I love
You got
binge
so
watching.
excited. That's
I love binge watching.
Well,
I hate watching shows week by week.
But see,
I am like that.
I have no social life. I must do this.
Okay, so I did binge watch this. I had a horrible sinus infection this week, so all day Saturday, all night Sunday, all day Monday. That's all I did was watch and finish Daredevil. And I loved that I could do that, but there's something for me about that anticipation of waiting and just waiting on pins and needles to see what happens next week. And I think there's a good happy place because here's the thing, I finished it on Monday and now I'm like, there's no more.
That's the part that sucks about it, is the fact that I love binge watching because I hate watching week by week, but you binge watch and now I have to wait a year.
You have to pick shows that already have like 5 or 6 seasons on it.
Well, and so then I went to the next show that I'm obsessed with, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is the funniest show on TV, and I binge watched the rest of that, and now I'm just like, do you have any more?
It's like that Cyrus Bigham's meme. It's like, y'all got any more of that Daredevil episode? Dave Chappelle's a crackhead. It's the funniest thing.
But so for me, where it really locked in, because I thought all the casting was great. I didn't realize that the dude playing Matt Murdock, Daredevil, was
the guy from Stardust. That's what I remember.
He's the guy from Stardust.
He was on Boardwalk Empire. He played Nucky Thompson's right-hand man for a while. Yeah.
I never watched Boardwalk Empire, but it took me like 3 episodes because I love the movie Stardust. Weirdly, like I really enjoyed that movie. I liked and I read the book because I watched the movie. But it took me like 3 episodes. I was like, why do I recognize The guy who's playing Daredevil.
I was the same way.
And it's the main character kid from Stardust. I was like, awesome.
I need to... Stardust is on Netflix.
Yep.
Yes, check that out. Check that out.
Well, a lot of the characters on there are really, really great.
Jessica Hamby, I don't know her real... Oh, here's a fun fact. Jessica Hamby, I can't think of the actress's name, but from True Blood, the secretary.
Right. She plays Karen Page.
Karen Page. In real life, she is, I believe, now engaged to a guy who has a genetic disorder that causes him to go blind over time. And I was like, it's so weird that she's on Daredevil, because she's like super involved with the charity.
Right.
Involved with that.
Oh,
cool.
That is really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, here's what impressed me the most about, and I'm sorry I don't remember the actor's name. The guy playing Daredevil, Matt Murdock.
Charlie Cox.
Do you know Charlie Cox? That's his name. Do you have any idea how hard it is to act blind?
Mm-hmm.
And this dude does it so well. He convinced me because you have that unfocused stare,
completely unfocused
and he did it so well, and especially in the later episodes where he's not wearing his glasses very much, I was just like blown away by his ability to do a scene with another actor and not see that actor.
Yeah.
I mean that, and it was the scene in the gym where Foggy comes in and he's hitting the thing and
I love him.
and they have that whole scene and it was that scene that I went, wow, that's why Charlie Cox got cast as this part, because he could play that so well.
Yeah.
But for me, guys, the moment I was hooked was when they introduced Wilson Fisk and his character.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a bad guy, but I like him.
I liked it beforehand, but like, you knew that he was gonna be introduced because they kept going like, we don't say his name, we don't say his name, and you're like, when are you going to bring him out already? Like, when is Wilson Fisk actually gonna make his appearance? And he did, and I was like,
at the art gallery, right?
Yes, the art gallery, yeah.
And I was baffled because I don't know much about the Daredevil and Kingpin in the comic books.
Okay.
But is the Kingpin supposed to be the socially anxious, like, weird guy? I love what they did about him.
Yeah.
Like, I love that about him, that he wasn't just this
weird.
hardcore guy. He was just like this socially, like, weird, like, he's uncomfortable talking.
For weird, so my barometer for weird is way off.
Right. Well,
Because to me, Paul is normal, so that level of like social anxiety just is normal to me. I can't even peg it as weird anymore.
Well, it's one of those things where in watching what little of the character I have, it's social anxiety, and he is obviously every villain's gonna have anger issues.
Yeah, that's just his backstory.
But see, I haven't gotten.
Yeah, when you get to his origin story, it's pretty. It's pretty intense, and that character speaks to me.
Right. Well, the only time I really like him is when he's angry and he's beating somebody.
Oh,
Really?
I don't like him when he's mad.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
him
with
more
you.
when he's...
Well,
because
he sounds like William Shatner to me when he talks. It's just like, spit it out.
Because he's full of angst and anxiety over having to deal with people.
That's why he's
actually
such a
grew.
good villain, because he is so endearing. Like,
like
you
him.
vulnerable.
it's hard to... you don't hate him because you also empathize with him, and he's not this just, like, cutthroat gangster that doesn't exist. He's not a caricature. He's an actual person, and you're kind of like, this is kind of cool. Like, I want Daredevil to beat you, but I also wouldn't mind if you won. Like,
Yeah.
it would be...
Well, and we were talking about this before, that he is doing what he's doing out of...
The love for the city.
He really does think he's doing the right thing, and for the right reasons.
Yeah.
He just skirts the law a little bit about it.
Yeah.
A little.
Well,
he's got everybody in his pocket.
I'm confused though, because I thought Daredevil was a little more cutthroat of a character than they made him in the show too.
Maybe.
I thought Daredevil was one of those heroes that will kill villains. Or is he
Well, he didn't kill
is he
anybody,
Batman, or is he supposed to be more Batman-esque?
Well,
Because I always thought the Daredevil was more cutthroat than a lot
that's
of the other Marvel characters.
That's a good question, and I am not a Daredevil expert. I've read several runs over the years that were really good, seminal, like Man Without Fear, and I loved Ed Brubaker's run. Devil in Cell Block D was a great storyline. But, you raise a good question. I don't know that if that's an intrinsic part of the comic book lore or if they just did that for the show.
Because he's very altruistic in the show.
Yes.
So and that's one of the things that threw me off is I didn't recall Daredevil being that altruistic of a character. Like I thought he was darker.
Well, that's always been part of his thing is protecting his part of New York City, Hell's Kitchen.
Well, absolutely. But I thought he killed people.
Yeah, see, I can't think of any instance that he did, but again, I've not read every storyline that's been out there. Maybe in the Shadowlands storyline that they just did a couple of years ago, he might have. Some of our viewers will correct us.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of him more as a Punisher-esque character.
No, he's never been at that level.
Okay.
No.
But he definitely beats the living out of tons of people in this show.
That's what threw me in.
This show is so violent.
The fight scene where it's him against all the people in the apartment. Like it's early, it's like
that was
30
great
guys.
scene.
I'm
Great
watching
scene.
that and I'm like, oh my
When he's
gosh, they've
rescuing
done this
the
in
little
3
boy.
cuts. Oh, that poor guy. Because I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, oh, he's exhausted. That's really him being exhausted from the show.
Oh yeah.
God.
In the hallway scene, it's
Yeah.
all like one shot. It all seems
It's
like
all
one solid
shot. Oh, I'm like,
But
poor guy.
wait.
Again, yeah,
Until
I'm
the
still
fight.
working through it. Sorry, guys.
Wait until the fight with the leader of the Yakuza.
Oh, that's going to be the
Oh
time.
my gosh, that was an intense.
And he's
I might
part
know
of the
that.
hand, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because that's the one of the main nemesis of Daredevil.
That's
is
right.
The hand.
Yeah.
Like Iron Fist and Daredevil will both have like the hand against them.
Well, and Wolverine.
And Wolverine.
that's right.
The
Wolverine has
ninja
his
characters
whole
in the
Japanese
second.
stint.
Yeah, that was those were the hand. So it'll be interesting to see if they call, because they did call them the hand in the Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting if they're allowed to call them the hand in the new Marvel stuff.
I'll tell you what, I like his costume, just the black. Like when they finally put him in his costume at the end, I just
it's so exciting.
I just thought
I
it
was
was
kind
cool.
of disappointed because I just liked the
It was-
a whole black thing. I liked it better, but he said
Well,
it
that's
was
just
a
because you
working-
can see his muscles more in the t-shirt that
And
didn't
that
provide
makes-
any protection.
And that
So-
makes Paul excited.
Well,
Yeah, but see, if he-
I was excited about the costume, man.
Yeah, I was.
It was like a 3-episode build up to the costume too, where he's like,
Well, I'm
maybe
wondering-
you can make something, and like they didn't reveal it till like the very last episode.
Yeah,
It
the
was
very
like,
last fight.
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to change it up because he's like, oh, it's a work in progress. So I'm hoping.
Well, they might.
Well, but you don't really get to see it real good. I mean,
No, well, you don't see it in the light at all, so you still have like you couldn't make out a whole lot of detail on his
Yeah.
costume,
Yeah.
but I
there was some things that I liked, like it had like two-toned, like the black and stuff in it. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just something about the mask. I didn't. It just seemed like it was. I don't
Oh,
know.
see, it was a helmet. It wasn't a mask.
Yeah.
Well, superhero masks are always tricky to do.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They always, like, regardless of how cool you do them, they always look goofy in some way, shape, or form. Because again, it's a superhero dressed up in a costume.
But I did love how they did the horns.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of the ridge instead of like these
Yeah.
round protrusions, and that was done really well. And a lot of Easter eggs
Oh yeah.
throughout this whole series. Alluding to Elektra, the
Yeah.
Greek girl.
Yeah, the Greek girl, the relationship that didn't go well.
Yeah, and Madame Chow.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
she-
I read something. Is she supposed to be Mantis? Or no.
No, she's from Kunlun, which is the mystic city that Iron Fist gets his powers from. Yeah. The symbol that was on her heroin packets was the symbol of the steel serpent, who is a major villain from the Iron Fist. Yeah. So
isn't that Iron Fist's version of the Reverse Flash, pretty much?
Yeah. It is. So there was that. Elektra. They alluded to the Battle of New York.
They alluded to the Battle of New York. Also, isn't Leland Alski wasn't he supposed to be a villain?
Yeah,
because
in
they
the
keep
comic
alluding
books.
to his son, and I'm assuming his son's going to be coming back as
the owl.
Yeah, because they made a big point of like everything. Every time he's like, me and my son are going to be doing this. He talked about his son.
You know what? I didn't notice that until you just said that. Yeah, because I was like disappointed with the end of his story arc because I was like, we're never going to see the owl. I'm sorry, I just spoiled it for you, Daniel. But now that you point that out, maybe we will. So
I'll tell you my favorite part of the whole series or the season is when they had Karen, and she did that at the table.
What was that guy's name?
Wesley.
Oh, Wesley.
Yeah, like that.
I like
that
Wesley's
shocked
character.
me.
I did too, and it shocked the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa!"
I really
did
like
not
that
see
guy.
that coming
really
at all.
happened.
Because he was like Wilson and Wesley were both the two. Like Wesley, I kept expecting a point where he's like going to betray Wilson because he was this strong personality person too, like very cut and dry. And I was feeling like he was going to do this, like you're getting too emotional, Wilson, kind of thing, and kind of develop another villain on the side here. But yeah, that
didn't pan
He
out.
was the nurturer.
Yeah.
In that relationship, he really nurtured Wilson Fisk, and took care. I mean, really did take care of him in every way, and derived pleasure from it. You could tell. He took pride and had pleasure in his role, and he was a great character too. And the confrontation with him and Karen was just whoa.
Yeah.
Took
That
me
one
by
shocked
surprise.
me. Yeah.
I'm wondering is the relationship going to bud between Karen and
Matt?
Foggy, or Karen and Matt?
I hope it's Foggy. I'm
Well,
ready for Foggy.
They kind of teased on
I
it being
like the
Foggy early
Rosie,
on, but then
Dawson
Foggy gotten
being in there, being the love interest of Daredevil. I like her character.
Yeah,
Rosario
Love it.
Dawson.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
night
like
nurse.
Yeah, but she's not going to last because isn't the love interest of Daredevil Elektra in the long
That's
run?
more along the lines of like a Spider-Man.
It's like a Catwoman Batman thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Matt Murdock, and they actually alluded to it in this series. Matt Murdock kind of plays the field quite a bit. He had a relationship with the Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, with Elektra, in the comics Karen Page, and with Claire, the night nurse, and he kind of has he's got a stable.
It's a hero.
Yes, he's like in all fairness, I can't tell anybody apart. I don't know if you're the one that I was with last
I
night.
thought it was with
I thought it was you.
Well, he does have that excuse, doesn't he? Well, kind of wrap it all up here. I thought that this series was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I thought, really, for me, this is Marvel's best work to date.
As far as TV series wise.
Well,
definitely TV series.
Definitely taking writing and just getting the tone right.
The other thing that I
better
really,
than
really
the
liked
movies,
about
so,
it is that the city didn't look like
It doesn't look
fake.
pretty.
It looks like a real, New York City, not this digital mastered
It's
other
not
stuff
pretty.
like
Or
green.
overly vilified.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Batman Gotham was made in Tim Burton's mind to be like overly done, even though it was meant to be dark and dirty. It was overdone. It looks like a normal, regular.
real.
It's definitely Marvel's first realistic jaunt.
Yeah.
Like, it's a dark city. It's not around every corner is a fight with the Hulk or some crazy action sequence. Like, Marvel makes popcorn-eating movies. Like, bubblegummy, action, Michael Bay-esque movies. And this is the first one that's similar to Dark Knight in the sense of the realism and carries a different
street
tone.
level.
Carries a different tone. So it's hard for me to compare. Like, I would rather compare it to The Dark Knight than compare it to any of the other Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with you. I was not a fan of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and I said on Facebook that with this series, I feel like now Daredevil is a better character than Batman. And if you compare apples to apples, and I know that's opening up a whole can of, worms, but
to me, I'll have to see because I feel like I'll have to see. Like, I feel like it has the potential of it. Like, if I had to compare this first season to Batman, the first Christopher Nolan movie. Now I can't remember what.
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. If I had to compare it to Batman Begins, yeah, I'd say yes. But Dark Knight to me is the best comic book movie. Anything. Like, really? I think Dark Knight is my favorite by far. Has the biggest level of where are they going to go from here, and then Dark Knight Rises I thought was awful. I didn't like Dark Knight Rises.
Well, see, the
problem
I had with Dark Knight was it was an hour too long.
I said the same thing. How long do we have to be?
Movie.
Yeah.
And
but a lot of people
I love that
love it.
whole movie.
All right, so
because there was so much character to develop with Two-Face and Joker, and it created the whole movie was long because it created this level of attachment to all the characters and building up such a level of disparity towards the end that it was just such an epic ending to that movie.
But it was a depressing ending.
Yeah,
nobody had a happy ending in that movie.
Dark Knight's not supposed to be.
That was horrible.
It's
Dark
not.
Knight
All right.
Rises, I thought
All right.
was
So
whatever.
real quick, for you, at this point, favorite comic book, movie, TV series?
Just ever?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Oh my god. Oh, I gotta stick with Batman's. I like Batman's a lot, specifically like Hush and all that kind of stuff. Is still my favorite. It's not that hasn't gone to TV.
Let's not do comic books. Let's do just strictly movies and TV series, though.
Movies and TV series. If we're getting into that, I would say I'm a Buffy fan to the core.
Okay, so
that's
you like
me.
the Buffy
Like
movie.
that's me. I'm Buffy. That's one of my favorite movie, and then the TV series I enjoyed as well. Two very different things, but I liked them both.
Daniel?
I like the story arc of like the whole Iron Man thing. I know I'm probably gonna catch crap from this one over here, but see, or this one. But this is the story arc and the way it developed through the 3 movies and everything else, and how it kind of tied it. They tried to tie it in at the time with the universe and everything. I like.
No, you're all right.
Well,
There are no wrong answers.
We'll leave arguments on Iron Man for another day.
Yeah,
because
sure.
that's a whole other tangent.
No. So yours is Dark Knight.
I'd say Dark Knight. If I'm going DC, I'd say Dark Knight. For Marvel, right now, I think Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite Marvel movie.
That's interesting. Because two completely different.
Yeah.
One's dark and psychological. The other
And
one's
one's fun.
pure popcorn.
Fun.
Yeah.
Just fun.
What about you?
I would have to say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Avengers was, and then that.
For me, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Winter Soldier is the gold standard for comic book movies. For a pure page to film adaptation, The Phantom with Billy Zane was perfect.
Yes.
It was perfect. You may not like the movie.
Oh, the movie.
I love the movie.
It's not about the movie. I don't like the franchise. I don't like the franchise much.
Well,
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, as a translation, it was a perfect translation. But my favorite all-time comic book movie is Winter Soldier. For me,
I would have really liked Winter Soldier if Falcon wasn't in it. I didn't like their adaptation of Falcon. I really didn't like that character and the adaptation.
See, I thought they made it work.
I need to change my answer. Okay. Thinking back, because I didn't have a lot to think about it, but I would have to say The Crow is mine.
Oh, yeah.
You win. I'm changing mine on that one. Yeah.
I've
So
never-
close to
Anyway,
us being
never
friends.
seen The Crow.
we would
I have
love.
to say, but that's like my childhood, like,
Yeah.
and I didn't know it was a comic.
I'm out.
until
I'm done.
recently, so.
You're like, my life is a little
See,
goth
I'm
girl.
kind of with her.
You know.
All right, so we need to draw this to an end, but we would love to get your comments and feedback on Daredevil. Let us know what you think about our thoughts about it. Add to, take away, dispute what we've said. Let us know what your favorite comic book movie is in adaptation. You can do that at our Facebook page, Comixstravaganza Live, on Twitter, Live Comics with an X, or via email, comixstravaganza@gmail.com. Let us know what you think, and until the next time, swing hard, swing off, and we'll catch you on the flip side.